Welcome to an incredible journey across ancient desert highways, where mighty camel caravans once carried precious goods between distant lands. From the famous incense route to the legendary Silk Road, discover how these ships of the desert transformed global trade forever. Before camels became the kings of desert transport, crossing vast sandy expanses was nearly impossible. These remarkable animals revolutionized trade around 1000 BCE, when people first started using them for long-distance travel. Camels were perfect for desert journeys. They could go without water for 2 weeks and carry up to 400 pounds of cargo. Their wide feet prevented sinking in sand, and their unique body systems helped them survive extreme temperatures. This biological advantage turned previously impassable deserts into bustling trade highways. Merchants could now travel further, carry more goods, and connect civilizations that were once isolated by harsh desert barriers. The humble camel truly became the backbone of ancient desert commerce. Let's look at why camels earned their nickname as ships of the desert. These amazing animals have a built-in cooling system that lets them handle temperatures from freezing cold to blazing hot. Their special red blood cells can change shape to keep flowing even when they're dehydrated, and they store fat in their iconic humps, not water like many people think. Camels can drink up to 30 gallons of water in just 13 minutes, and their double rows of eyelashes and closable nostrils protect them from sandstorms. Their wide, padded feet act like natural snowshoes for sand, spreading their weight so they don't sink. These incredible adaptations made camels the ultimate desert transportation system, capable of carrying heavy loads across vast distances that no other animal could manage. The incense route was one of the most profitable trade networks in ancient history, stretching over 2,000 miles from southern Arabia to the Mediterranean. This vital pathway carried precious frankincense and myrrh, aromatic resins worth their weight in gold. These luxurious substances weren't just for pleasant smells, they played crucial roles in religious ceremonies, medicine, and burial practices across the ancient world. The route began in modern-day Yemen and Oman, where frankincense trees grew wild. Camel caravans would journey through the harsh Arabian desert, stopping at strategic oasis cities like Petra and Palmyra. These desert metropolises grew incredibly wealthy by taxing and protecting the valuable cargo passing through their gates. The legendary Silk Road was a vast network of trade routes where camels played a crucial role in crossing the treacherous Taklamakan and Gobi deserts. These challenging sections were some of the most dangerous parts of the journey, but they were also unavoidable links between China and Central Asia. Camel caravans would travel in groups of up to 1,000 animals, carrying not just silk, but also paper, spices, and precious metals. The journey through these desert passages could take months, with merchants relying on a series of oasis towns for rest and resupply. Cities like Dunhuang and Turpan became wealthy trading hubs, where merchants from different cultures would meet to exchange goods and ideas. The camel's unique abilities made these desert crossings possible, effectively connecting the great civilizations of East and West. Now let's explore the fascinating oasis cities that dotted these ancient trade routes like jewels in the sand. These weren't just simple rest stops, they were thriving metropolises that offered traders essential services and supplies. Places like Palmyra, Merv, and Samarkand grew from humble water sources into magnificent cities with grand buildings, bustling markets, and diverse populations. Merchants would spend days or even weeks in these oases, trading goods, sharing stories, and preparing for their next desert crossing. These cities became melting pots of culture, where Chinese silk merchants might chat with Roman traders over a meal, or Persian artists could learn techniques from Indian craftsmen. They also developed sophisticated systems for storing food and water, creating artificial oases through clever engineering. The cargo that crossed these desert highways was incredibly diverse and valuable. Precious frankincense and myrrh from Arabia could sell for more than gold in Roman markets. From China came luxurious silks, delicate porcelain, and tea leaves that would transform drinking habits across Asia and Europe. India supplied spices like pepper and cinnamon that made fortunes for merchants brave enough to transport them. But it wasn't just luxury goods. Practical items like salt, metals, and textiles were equally important. These camel caravans also carried something even more valuable than their physical cargo. They transported ideas, technologies, and cultural practices that would shape civilizations for centuries to come. Life on ancient trade routes was an incredible mix of danger and excitement. Camel caravans typically traveled in groups of 50 to 1,000 animals, led by experienced guides called caravaneers. These skilled professionals knew the desert's hidden water sources and could navigate by the stars. A typical day would start before dawn to avoid the worst heat, with travelers covering about 25 miles before stopping at sunset. Merchants would often hire armed guards to protect against bandits who preyed on valuable cargo. The caravan's camels would walk in a single file, tied together with ropes, creating a living chain that stretched across the desert landscape. At night, camps would come alive with the sounds of merchants sharing meals, trading stories, and planning the next day's journey. Finding your way across endless sand dunes was one of the biggest challenges ancient traders faced. They developed some incredibly clever navigation techniques to avoid getting lost. Experienced guides used the stars as their GPS, particularly the North Star, which helped them maintain direction during night travel. During the day, they followed subtle signs like wind-carved rock formations, patches of specific plants, and even ant colonies that consistently appeared on certain sides of dunes. They also created detailed mental maps of water sources and dangerous areas, passing this knowledge down through generations. Physical markers like stone cairns were built at crucial points, while natural landmarks like distinctive mountains served as ancient road signs, guiding traders along these desert highways. Life on the desert trade routes was far from easy. Merchants faced constant threats that could end their journey or even their lives. Sandstorms could appear suddenly, turning day into night and suffocating both humans and camels. Bandits were an ever-present danger, hiding behind dunes to ambush wealthy caravans. The desert itself was perhaps the deadliest enemy. One wrong turn could lead to running out of water, and temperatures would swing from scorching days to freezing nights. Traders developed survival strategies like traveling in large groups, hiring armed guards, and carefully rationing water. They also learned to read weather signs and knew which seasons were safest for travel. Despite these precautions, many caravans never reached their destination, becoming lost to the endless sands. These ancient desert trade routes left a lasting impact that we can still see today. Modern highways in the Middle East often follow the exact paths of old camel routes, and cities like Dubai and Riyadh stand where ancient oasis towns once thrived. The cultural exchange that happened along these routes created lasting connections. You can taste it in foods like Middle Eastern biryani, which combines Persian and Indian influences. Many modern trade terms actually come from Arabic words used by desert merchants. Even the Silk Road spirit lives on in China's Belt and Road Initiative, aiming to reconnect East and West. These ancient paths didn't just move goods, they created lasting networks of cultural exchange that still shape our world. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through ancient desert trade routes. If you enjoyed learning about these remarkable camel caravans, please hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. Share with friends who love ancient history.